Dead end? Corn maze, part 2, different corn.
Dead end.
Will she find the way? I'm sweating. It's hot. Did you stop?
How many wrong paths have I taken already?
I don't know, like 5? All right. Hey everyone, it is Sunday, October 4th. We are in spooky season. I've done a lot of different corn mazes this weekend, two to be exact, in 2 different pumpkin patches. It's been a busy weekend and a busy week. Started doing hybrid teaching, so in class and online. I ended up finishing the midnight or garden. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak right now. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And I actually did a little bit of research about it just because I didn't realize it was an older novel. And I had heard that it was based on a true crime. And I really am fascinated by true crime stories. So I went ahead and looked it up, and I found out that it was made into a movie, and I didn't realize that it had been. When I looked into it, I saw that Kevin Spacey was in it, and I really don't like him as an actor. And then with all the other stuff that allegedly has come out about him, I really don't even want to watch the movie. But I was interested at first. But overall, I found that the movie was more of like a 3-star read for me. It was about a writer who discovered Savannah, Georgia, and basically told a little bit about that little town and the people that were in it. And then he happened to stumble across a murder trial, and he followed the murder trial and everything. So when I was listening to the story, it was written in 2 parts. And I had heard that it was about, this murder trial. And the murder trial didn't start until the 2nd part of the book. You're already a good chunk of the way through. And if it felt like it didn't know where it was going, even though the whole reason he wrote the book was to write about the murder trial. It didn't start right there. It kind of introduced a bunch of different people in Savannah, Georgia, and the way of life of Savannah, Georgia, which was interesting because I didn't grow up in the South. I have some distant ancestors on one side of my family that did come from the South. So it was kind of interesting to see some of the dynamics that were over there, and it was interesting, but there were also some really harsh aspects of it too. Like there was transphobia, homophobia, and racism obviously throughout the book, and sometimes that's kind of hard to listen to, but just being aware that it's in there and knowing that it is based on what people did go through, and just to see the experience that they had is eye-opening too. Anyway, I felt like the book could have been organized a lot better. Like I had said, he initially went down to this town to write a book about this investigation. And the investigation wasn't a part of the book until half the book was already more than halfway over. So it felt kind of unorganized. But anyway, he wrote himself in there as kind of like a fictional part because he had met all these people after the trial, and he kind of pretended that it happened before the trial, that he was a fixture of this little town before the trial. But anyway, it was still a really interesting listen. And I see that there's an afterword as well, like an after the trial and like book. I think it says it's called After Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be picking that up, but I felt like it wrapped itself up enough. Listening to the trial was the most interesting part for me. Also, he did a really good job building the atmosphere and building the town. You kind of felt like you understood how the town worked. And I was really into the voodoo priestess, Minerva. She was a really interesting person, and I happened to do some research about her a little bit, a tiny bit. And I see that there's little tours in the area about her. So I'm actually kind of interested in maybe looking more into those little tours too. Anyway, if you guys have read the book or watched the movie or followed the court case, let me know. I didn't finish anything else. It was a kind of long story. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great weekend and you're enjoying spooky season. I've already started it off with a bang watching Hocus Pocus. My husband wanted to watch Nightmare Before Christmas, even though I think it's more of a Christmas movie than anything else. And then last night we watched, what is it that we watched? Another Halloween favorite, which was Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton one. But yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying spooky season. If you have any spooky books that you love reading during the season, let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Hi. What time is it that we're starting this?
It is 6:30.
6:30. Finally in the corn. I don't know why, but it smells like home.
This smells really good. Look at this one. Okay, so my idea was to let me see my card. My idea was to go around the edge again, but I have no idea where we're at.
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna go for it. But I have a secret weapon. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
It's a secret.
Mm.
Hey, dragonfly! Follow the dragonfly. Yeah, there it is.
He almost landed on you.
He's like, whoa!
Where'd he go?
Behind you. It's right there.
Huh. He's huge. Look at.
He's coming back.
There's a bunch.
Hey.
So cool.
Wow, these look a lot better than my corns. Look at the leaves. Look how thick and lush they are.
Also, if you guys are interested in watching any of my horror reviews, I do have a horror YouTube that I've had for quite a few years. It's called Bunyip's Horror Gallery, and I am posting the rest of my corn maze adventure with my husband over there, so definitely go check that out.